Hey, Mark, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. If you don't ask your real estate agent the right questions, you can get screwed.
Yeah, pretty much. Or maybe they just don't know the answers. Or maybe they don't even tell their people. Maybe they just go, this is a real good deal because it's close to the water. Or, wow, this is really good because it's close to the college, as an example, without doing any work. I really feel that a lot of people aren't doing the work. Aren't
Well,
it?
I think that's why you got to ask certain questions, like if you ask them certain questions and the answers you're getting, unfortunately, I mean, I think you have to educate yourself a little bit and
A
then try to
bit, a
see
lot,
like
a lot. I don't
a
believe it
lot. Yeah.
because that's no good for anybody. So I really think that you're viewed as the expert, I'm viewed as the expert. We better be on top of our game if we're providing a high level of service to someone making a big financial decision. And I don't think it's happening all the time today.
Well, no, I think especially I find this year where sales and transactions are so much lower that agents are much more desperate. Like they're pushing people and taking listings and doing things that in a really hot market they might not do.
They wouldn't do it in a hot market because the hot market's going to sell itself. And I really believe a lot of people don't know how to work in this market. We had a real influx of real estate agents in the last during the COVID times because the market was on fire. Everybody's making big money.
Yeah.
So a lot of agents, they're new to the game. They knew how to work that market. Anyone can work that market. But I believe there's, a select few or, a handful of people in a sense that really understand today's market, where it's in. And I can tell by the pricing of the homes.
Well,
So
and the first question, we'll go over a bunch of questions people can, listen and watch. But one of the first things we were talking about was the areas.
it's
Ask
important.
them about the areas in the city and see what they say.
100%. If they don't know the areas, then I'd run. If your agent doesn't know the areas in that community, and that's a lot of times I don't like representing people in different communities because I don't know the areas. So I don't
Yeah.
believe in taking someone just for the paycheck part and say, I don't know, I'm gonna make this up. Kitchener and Waterloo. I don't know the area. Unless that buyer knows there extremely well, I'm gonna refer that business out.
Well, yeah. So I've done a couple purchases in Hamilton, but they're people from Hamilton. They
Right,
know the area very well
right,
and they know the area they wanted to be in.
right.
So it's a little bit different when they've lived there their whole lives and they know the areas. If you're going into a new town that they don't know and you don't know, like a Toronto agent coming up here,
Yeah. Get
that
it.
some of them have done a lot of deals up here. Some of them do know. I'm not going to lie. Some of them do.
I agree. What other questions would you recommend a consumer today asking a real estate agent? Area is important. What's the best area barrier? What's the least crime rate? What's the best school zone? Public transportation, close to amenities. They should
Budget,
rhyme that up.
price ranges in different areas.
Well, for sure, right? That's important to should be important to a buyer slash seller. What will I get for my home in say Letitia Heights? I want to list it this year or next year. Where's the market going? Do they
Well,
have
and
it?
and Mark, you know what? There's conversations you and I have had with people where sometimes their budget puts them in a shittier area because like you can't get a top end area for 600, 700. It's not happening.
No, it's not happening. It's not happening. Right. And that's okay to go to. We all got to start somewhere. Right. And it's okay for a buyer to say, hey, you know what? I got to settle for this area now because it meets my affordability range. Yeah, get in the market. Maybe in 5 years, trade up. Maybe 10 years, trade up.
Yeah. And you want
All
to
the,
be in a safe area.
yeah, yeah.
You don't want to be in, I shouldn't even say it out loud, but you don't want to be in crackhead land. But
No,
as
no.
long as you're like Letitia the prices are low and it gets a bad rap because we look at the crime there all the time and it's not horrible.
Right. And if anybody wants to look at the crime, go to Berry Police Services. Crime map is there. Go investigate. What
Mhm.
else? What else should a buyer do today?
Yeah. And
What?
agents, no, and let's be honest about that. Most agents don't even know about the crime map.
They don't. What a great tool for everybody to know.
Yeah,
Another great tool is go through the listings. We've done this many times in videos. Go to People just send me listings all the time, but they're not looking at the finer details of what that data is telling you.
I know.
Good education, rental properties, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of value there in that information that's there. And there's just not a lot of people giving it the attention that it deserves and making
Well, a
decisions based
list.
off the home.
So you know the people I showed your listing on Saturday. They said, you know, could you send me some comparables from Barrie too? Like, is there a way? Like, are they cheaper there, or Barrie could be in our range as well? It's not that far away,
Right.
but we only want the north end. The north end's better.
They don't
I
know.
I said, well, I'm going to be honest with you, it isn't.
No,
I said
no.
if I was going to move, like I don't live in the north end. I said like it's not horrible, but there's pockets that are.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I said, you know, because the college is there and because the hospital's there, there's a lot of rental areas in there. Like there are some nice areas by the country club.
Beautiful areas. Nice, beautiful pocket there. Real nice. No problem
Yeah.
sending people
Yeah,
there.
there is little pockets, but like you got to know them.
You got to know the pockets, right? And that's the biggest thing that I think a buyer coming outside the community to this community needs to understand location and areas and what they offer and what they're about, right?
Hmm.
Pros and cons to every area, right? We know them well. But a lot of people, again, every time we look at the real estate board sold, out of town agent, out of town agent, out of town agent, out of town agent, and I question how good does that agent know the community?
Okay, so that's it. That's my next question they should ask is the price market value in certain areas. Like you could see a bungalow in my area that in Inishore would be $1 million.
Yeah, easy. Yeah,
It's just about where it is. It's not
right.
that the house is that much better or bigger. It's just where it is.
Location. That location offers better highlights, different demographic, different income level, more of a family neighborhood in, say, in a short area, right? Great, great high ranking schools in that part of the community. People tend to want to go to those areas if they got young kids,
Yeah.
close to shopping, close to access to 400. They're great. They're great areas.
The
So
South End has a couple pockets, like even the one on Sovereigns that I was telling you about. It's the same kind of thing. Like that area is an expensive area.
yeah, it's a good area.
You can get a townhouse like for 6 or 650 in other places, but shittier area. Like,
For sure. For sure. Right.
yeah. And you have one coming up on Succession that you already know is going to be in the sevens.
Oh, for sure. Because it's a great floor plan. It's a great area. Great. It's all brick. I think it's all brick. Yeah. Great floor plan. It's going to
And that
be,
area, they sell higher.
they sell higher. Right. It's not, that's what they got to, you know what I mean? That's a great stepping stone. It's got, you got, God, you got high school just down the road. You got Hewitt's Creek, which is a good school. There's another school. I forget the other name. What's the other school over there?
Hyde Park, I think.
Yeah, and Guy Park. Like it's a great family neighborhood. And in that couple that it's gonna they're gonna stay in that area because they've been there for 5, 6 years.
And the issue is, okay, if you're asking your agent those questions and they don't know the answers, there's red flags.
Yeah. And they should ask the agents, what's the market like right now?
Yes.
What's it doing? So why don't you pull up a spreadsheet to show data? Data is answers a lot of questions, right? That's the important part. And this could benefit both a seller and a buyer. So, hey, we want to sell our house next month, and it's priced in the $700,000 to $800,000 range. How many listings is there? How many homes are selling in that range? That's important. So let's talk about that 7 8. This is back in September, the last data update that we've had from the Real Estate Board. So in that 100, there's 36 that sold, correct, Dad? On my
Yeah.
phone.
26 the year before and 141 active.
That's a lot of inventory,
Well, I want to see right now how many are active.
right?
Yeah.
So that
And the reason why I say that, Mark, because I was telling you earlier, in between October 22nd this year and last year 91 sales, this year 112. We're up 18.5% from over last year.
transactions, yes. That's
Sales right now.
I think we're going to be flat at the end of the year. I think we'll be flat to last year. Year to date numbers should be 1 or 2% plus or minus.
We have 140 now, so we're down
One.
one.
Woo. So a lot of inventory has come up in the last few days as well, last couple of weeks. We've seen it building up a bit. Sales are still slow. They are.
Yeah.
Let's
Well,
let's
if
just
I look at the solds in the last 22 days, 31.
31. Yeah.
And we're
31.
not, and the month isn't over yet. So like there have been sales.
So when we look at all these solds in different ranges and we look at the act, and I'm not 5 to 6 now we're talking about 6 to 7, let's just call it 60% of the listings are selling, 40% aren't. 36 to 141, what? 22%, 23%. I'm sure I got a comment, oh, your math is wrong, but I don't care. Here, 33 listings and 113 actives, 30% selling. My question is always, what's the other 70% doing? So, okay, Diane, why is only 30% of the inventory selling and 70% isn't selling? How would you answer that question?
Well,
Is that I'd
this
ask
is
you.
this is the thing here though, like price decreased 9 today. Suspended 4, expired 3. We have 12 conditionally sold, 9 actually sold. So we have 21,
Yeah, but how would you answer that question though? I'm putting
Well,
that
the
on the
problem is,
spot.
Mark, I think we all know how you want me to say what you want me to
No, no,
say
I don't want, no, I want you to say what you want to say. Don't say what I want to say.
because there's a lot of overpriced listings.
Okay. So is
Yeah,
that, I think,
but the issue that I have is it's like when I showed your property, you know what they told me? Well, everything's overpriced right now. We're gonna go in way if we go in, it's gonna be way lower.
and that's an inexperienced buyer too. That's
Well,
never,
not really, because
he's
this
never owned a
this
home
is
before.
no this the this was the dad who has done a lot of real estate in his
So he's
lifetime.
seeing it. So he's seeing
But
it.
but the assumption, Mark, is everything's overpriced. Yours isn't, is it?
I don't think it is. We've got great attention on. We had it sold first 2 days, a little slower now, but it is what it is. Compared to what's on the market there, no, it's price. We've got some good attention. I could have sold it. I could have took an SPP on it 3 weeks ago. No, it's
I
on
know.
that.
Like
So,
I told them, like you have a lot of action on it and it's not grossly overpriced. So yeah, would I tell people if they ask me how come so many are not selling? I would definitely say because a lot of them are overpriced.
and you can back it up. The data's there to
Yeah,
back it up with the history and history and history. So it's just not, and I say it a lot because it does frustrate me a bit. I'm thinking I was walking Mike's dog on the path today, and I saw some friends walk by. They have an investment property. Hey, we're thinking maybe selling a year and a half, 2 years. Man, it's well, what's the market gonna be like? Well, I don't know. I mean, I think it's going to improve because we'll see some decreases. Like that's going to naturally decrease, but there's still a lot of inventory out there right now. There's still a ton.
hmm.
I'm worried that the sellers are going to, really keep those prices close to their chest because they all think the rates are going to just drive the rate decreases and
They
drive
are.
it.
I
Well,
agree with that. I was having that problem in January, February,
but
where
that's not a
my client didn't want to lower the price because the decreases were starting. And she was like, I think we should just wait because there's going to be a rush.
was there a
Yeah.
rush?
No,
I didn't see it. I didn't see
no.
it.
Nobody knows what the hell's going to happen. Let's be real.
We don't know.
And that's something too. When you ask your agent and something you should ask your agent. If they guarantee you, oh, prices are going to go up, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. That's another red flag.
If history
Nobody
tells us,
knows.
yes, if we go back to COVID times, the most recent, yes, technically, yes, we should see an increase in prices, but we don't know. We don't know. This is a different time. If the sentiment out there in the understanding of the market now that everything is grossly overpriced, and you're hearing from someone that you don't even met before telling you that, wow. That's
Yeah, but the problem was your listing wasn't freaking
no,
overpriced.
but they're saying it every doesn't matter. The same jump
There's
every.
because the assumption is everything is, but it isn't. Not everything is.
No, we've seen two sides of the coin. We've seen when properties are priced for today's market, not next week, next month, or whatever, they typically sell fairly well. Within a couple of weeks, it's gone.
Yeah.
Sometimes a couple of days.
But you
So
need to ask your agent what your pricing strategy is and blah blah blah.
yeah, and how should we list our home? Are we going in? How would we list our? How would you? I would answer this question, okay, Mark. What should the price be? What should we be looking at? Well, let's go look at the active ranges in it because I think it's a good tool to look at active pricing. Here's what's going on in the marketplace today in your price range. Go through some of apples to apples as best you can. Looking at days in market's pretty important for people. Oh, it's been listed here. They started here. And we could show 50 listings right now, and you can grab one. It could have decreases 4 months on the board. So not a good guide that way. Oh, here's one that's sold around the corner. Sold in 5 days. Wow. Listed at 849, sold for 845. Going through it, that could be your price. Just like the guy in Sovereigns, not Sovereigns, but what's that? Balmoral, 974. I didn't see what he got for it. That's the right price. He's 25 to 3,000 square feet. Everyone's over a million one, million 150.
I actually saw that, eh?
He priced it right and it's sold. So pricing is key, right?
Well,
What
you
is
can, and you can ask your agent what their pricing strategy is. What do you think's a good idea? How do you do it? This withholding offers and pricing low, don't even bother.
no,
It's not gonna freaking work.
I see it right there.
947.
Hey, he's a motivated seller.
Oh, he took a big hit that fast.
Could have maybe held off for a bit more, but maybe their closing date was right. You know what? It's costing money sitting vacant. Okay, he got his money. He's happy,
Yeah.
right? We don't know. We don't
Well,
know.
this is the thing, and
His
actually,
motivation was different than other people's motivation.
you know it, and Scott, the my client said to the same thing. Everything's only worth what somebody's willing to pay, right?
Always is. And are people willing to pay top dollar today? Oh, we're not.
No.
We're not. I
But I
talked
think that I think that's another reason why people are listing a bit higher because they think that they need negotiation room.
a bit higher. Okay, let's say a
Yeah, I
bit.
know. I know.
100 grand,
I
50 grand?
know.
No, 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 no. Uh-uh. Like, no, no, no. Like 10 grand? Yeah. Don't go over. And you got to know your motivation going into this.
Yeah, if you really need to sell or you got a vacant house or whatever, you're in a different situation than someone is, well, we'd like to move up, but we don't have to do it right now. We don't have a house we really like.
Mhm.
But, like the wishy-washy ones, or if you're not that motivated, they're not motivated to drop the price or price it properly to begin with.
Then you just pass. And
And well, and that leads me into the other question. A lot of people ask me, and we talked about it, and it depends on the market. Should I buy first or should I sell first? And depending on the market, if you have like a little townhouse and it's really hot market, sometimes you want to buy before you sell. Now, normally I don't ever recommend that, but some agents do, depending on the time and what the market's like.
yeah.
This
I,
market is definitely not like
I
that.
think I think if someone asked me that question, it was really serious and they found their dream home and they had a town home and I showed them and you know what? And if they were enough, had enough confidence in the agent and myself to guide them through it, I'd say, yeah, buy first. But here's where your price range you need to follow my direction on this. It's not a well, we want to try 750 and we both know it's only worth 685. What are you doing? Then no, then don't go buy that house. If you're willing to give a range, I'm going to make this up, 650 to 670 to 675. That's where we see your range coming in. Let's price it at 679. Okay.
Well, in those scenarios, you know what I've done? I've asked the seller, okay, so if you get 600, can you still do it? Forget about getting 650. If you get 600, can you do it?
That's a big drop though.
Oh, but my clients, the ones I've done it with, they could.
right? Like we know the market good enough to see it's not going to
No,
be a
what I'm saying is that like I had it happen with my niece and nephews because we listed in November and I wanted it listed earlier and it took longer. And we ended up where by the time they didn't sell till March because the market was shit. It went through November, December, January, February. You're not getting close to your price anymore. Now, they still got more than the lowest price I said, but they went to their mortgage person and said, if we get 650, can we still get financing to buy the other house? And they said, yes, they can. Okay, let's go.
were they motivated? Were they a motivated seller?
Fucking
You
right. They
think
already bought
they bought, so how long did it take to sell that house?
6 months.
It's a long time. Why did it take so long?
The market was dead, Mark. It wasn't this year, it was the year before. December, January, like nothing was selling.
It's
It was,
normal December, January, but
yeah, it died.
February, March picks up a lot.
That's when we sold it once it picked up.
Okay. I'm
Mhm.
just wondering how they were on price. Did they sit there at a certain price too long? Did they miss some opportunities in the market?
Well, we sold it overall, I think we sold it 40 or 50 below what they originally started at 6 months before. So it wasn't like we were down 100 grand or anything. No. I mean, November, when you get into December and January,
There's nothing going on. Take it off the market. That's what you do. December.
well, if they
Don't
sold, but if they bought another house, you can't.
No, but then
Because
you got
the other seller expects you to try to keep selling it, Mark.
well, if it's a
Right? You can't
condition,
just you
it's a
can't
condition.
remove it. We
Yeah,
were
but
just getting the closing date extended.
right,
So
right.
you can't just say, okay, well, we're going to give up right now, right? You
No,
can't.
no. And that's the thing. Like if people are got an offer on a property, you got to price that back up at a price, not give it away. I'm not saying give it away, but just price it for what it's going to sell for today. And that's important without going through stress and stress. You get bumped. You got 48 hours to firm it up. You got to make fast decisions.
Well, and
And
you got to make sure with a mortgage, you got to talk to your mortgage people and make sure you can take that amount. Like
well, that should be
I've
done.
I've
Yeah.
had the problem the other way where okay, they told their mortgage agent, okay, we're going to get 800 and we got 760.
All right.
We didn't get no 800. Like you can't assume you're going to get even the lowest amount. Like if you say, oh, it should sell between 800 and 850. Well, 2 weeks later, the market goes for a complete shit,
We're
which
not
we've
seeing that.
seen.
We're not
Mhm.
seeing we're not seeing big dives in the market in weeks, right? We're
Oh, well,
seeing like
this was years ago in 2019 or whatever day year it was. We saw a big dive in a week over Easter. I'll never forget it
yeah.
because that's when the stress test got introduced to
Yeah.
everybody.
That's
And it
right.
was a gong show. Like prices just went. I remember Cos bought that townhouse, and when he bought it, they were selling for between 750 and 8. He got 670 or something, and he bought it and flipped it, made nothing. And like we did 2 weeks, a week, boom. Shit
Yeah, folks,
happens sometimes, Mark.
yeah, for sure. We've seen that happen a bit.
Yeah.
If anybody wants any information on the Barrie real estate market, reach out to Dan and myself for more information on the market. But yeah, I mean that happens, right? Do we see some unexpected regulation things coming on? Well, December, what's the next one? December 14th,
11th.
11th. Another in October. This is so what is it?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So there's a regulation change that's going to happen in interest rates. That's going to affect real estate to a
Yeah.
degree. And I know every seller is sitting there going, it's going to be positive, it's going to be positive. And we all see the happy dances from agents going, another decrease, but shit all is happening in the market because of it. So
Well, they're also doing it at the worst time of year for real estate.
for sure. But you know what? There's November's a decent month for some transactions too. But I just don't think it's the sole driver. You know what I mean? I just think, I really believe that the market coming into the spring next market will tell the story, right? Are
It's
we
giving
going to,
them more confidence is what it's about, I think.
yeah, that too. And, and the pricing, and the consumer doesn't feel confident, and they don't feel that the pricing's right in the market. And
They're waiting.
they,
Everybody's waiting.
we're waiting. We have all the data in the world to show everybody. Really, this
Yeah.
is what it is. The data doesn't lie. I mean, you didn't make up this data. I didn't make up the stories about, oh, everything is overpriced. It's clear that it is, because look at the ranges in some areas. And then we go bang. We talked about a property on Fawn today. One
Hmm.
million phones over there. I think it's 2,200 square feet. It's okay size. Why is it 1,225,000? Another dude on Balmoral got 947. Yeah, Fawn's a little bit area, it's nicer streets, bigger lot, pool in the backyard. But is it 300K more? Hell, for your pool in the backyard? I don't think so. I don't think so.
I know.
Like, hello. This is what bugs me. Like, you're listing it at a time at the end of October. No one can see the pool. You should have thought about maybe listing that in May this
Yeah.
year, or really waiting till the spring, really, right? We see nice weather coming in April,
Yeah,
March.
but you don't know, Mark. They could be people have family situations that you don't know about. Sometimes people are getting divorced. People are, you don't know.
They're going to keep the divorce going in that house if it is. But anyway, um, it is what it is. But there's lots of good questions that I think people should be asking. And I really believe that people should be just not, oh, a friend of a friend is a real estate agent. You know how many times I've heard that and it didn't work out?
Oh, you know what else too, Mark?
Didn't know about the
I'm
friend.
not
They didn't know
happy.
about it. What's
How about
that?
I'm not happy? I want out. I want out of the contract. You gonna let me out?
Yeah.
I let people out. If they don't want to work with me, everybody that works with me wants to work with me. You don't want to work with me. I don't need a contract to make you stay here. Go away
No,
then.
no, no. I know. And that's important, right? And that's, I'm not a big person on the contract and locking people up. I just don't do them. I do them if I get a phone call to come see some property. Sure, here you go. But I'm not going to lock someone up. And I know people that are, oh, it was a friend of a friend, works with my wife's cousin, whatever, whatever. And they don't know anything about that individual,
I know.
right? They're probably getting a little kickback fee for referral fee from the agent.
They
Oh,
might, yeah.
greatest thing. Thanks, you have declined. You get $1,000 on closing day. Oh, wow, that's pretty good. Give 3 or 4 of those a year. That's a couple nice little gifts.
Yeah.
So, any other things that a buyer and seller should
No.
ask?
I
I
think
think,
getting out of the contract is an important thing too, but that's about it.
yeah, don't sign anything until you feel real confident. And don't be afraid to say no. I'm not signing that. I don't know you.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see how we
Or
get the
or if
first
they
couple
want
weeks.
it for one property, just make sure it's the one property address on there.
Yeah, it's important. All right. Remember, give this a like, share, and follow for more information.
Perfect.
Hey, see you.
See ya.